So if theta lies between 0 and 360 degree, then you have two parts to this question, which is sine square theta. Find those values of theta for which sine square theta is equal to 3 by 4. And second is cos 3 theta is equal to half. Okay. So we start with the first one. So we have sine square theta is equal to 3 by 4. That means sine theta will be equal to square root of plus or minus, obviously, 3 by 4. That means sine theta must be equal to plus or minus root 3 by 2. So we
2.
have
Yes.
two cases. Case 1 is when sine theta is equal to root 3 by 2 plus root 3 by 2. Okay. Then what will happen? So sine theta is equal to plus root 3 by 2 means sine theta. What value of sine is root 3 by 2? Sine 60.
15.
That means we get theta is equal to 60. First solution. Now sine is positive here. That means we'll get the solution in the first quadrant and the second quadrant. We have already got the solution in the first quadrant. So we'll look for solution in the second quadrant. Also sine theta is equal to sine 60 degree is equal to sine even multiple of 90. 2 into 90. You want to remain in the second quadrant, right? So we get it's equal to sine 180 minus 60 is 120. That means theta is equal to 120 degree, right? So the solutions are theta is equal to 60 and 120 degrees. This is case 1. Let us consider case 2. No other, because you will not get solutions in any other quadrant. Third quadrant sine is negative. Fourth quadrant sine is negative. So we consider sine theta is equal to minus root 3 by 2. Taking the negative sign. So sine theta is equal to minus root 3 by 2 means sine theta is equal to minus sine 60, which can be written as sine minus 60. Now we are looking for solutions in which quadrant? We are looking for
Third and
solutions in
fourth.
the third and fourth quadrant. Third and fourth quadrant, so even multiple will make 2 into 90 degree. And since we are looking for solution in a third quadrant, from second quadrant, we have to give a plus sign to move into the third quadrant, plus 60 degree. So this is sine 180 plus 60, which is 240. That means theta must be equal to 240 degree. Also, sine theta is equal to sine minus 60 degree means sine. Now we are looking for solution in the fourth quadrant, the 4 into 90 degree. Minus sign will enable us to move to the fourth quadrant, minus 60, which is sine 360 minus 60, which is 300. So here we get theta is equal to 300 degree. Hence, the values of theta are, what are the values? Case 1, we got two values, 120 and 240. Case 2, you got two values. Oh, sorry, I got 60 and 120, sorry.
Yes, sir. Case 2, 240 and 300.
Yes. 60 and 120. I got 240 and 300. So these four are the values, right? So moving on to the next
Yes.
problem. So second problem here is cos 3 theta is equal to half. Now remember here we don't have theta, here we have 3 theta, right? So you cannot say that you will get solutions only in one rotation. You can get solution in the second rotation also, right? You can get solution in the third rotation also, because the 3 theta, for 3 theta we'll see what happens. If theta lies between 0 and 360 degree, then 3 theta will lie between what? 360 into 3 is how much? 1020 degree, right? Isn't it?
Oh, yes, sir.
So that
Yes,
means
sir.
we'll get solutions in 3 rotations. We'll get solutions. Okay. So what we do is we write cos 3 theta is equal to cos, for in the first quadrant we get the in the first rotation in the first quadrant. What is the solution? Cos 60 degree, right? That means theta is equal to 60 degree. In the first rotation, first quadrant. Also in the first rotation, you will get solution in the fourth quadrant. Fourth quadrant, what should it be? 4 into 90 minus 60, which is equal to cos 300, isn't it? That means we get, sorry, this
Yes.
is, we get cos 3, in the first one we get 3 theta is equal to 60. That means theta must be equal to 20. Fine. Now here we are getting 3 theta is equal to 300 degree. That means theta is equal to 100 degree, right? Also, cos 3 theta is equal to, now we move to the second rotation. We are on the second rotation now. In the second rotation, you get 4 into 90 plus 60. That is second rotation, first quadrant solution. This is how much? 4 into 90 plus 60. 360 plus 60 is 420. That means 3 theta is equal to 420. That means theta is equal to 140. Also, cos 3 theta. Now in the second rotation, we want to get a solution in which quadrant? Fourth quadrant. That means 8 into 90
Yes.
minus 60. That means cos 720 minus 60 is 660. That means you get 3 theta is equal to 660 degree. That means theta must be equal to 220 degree, right? Also, now we have finished 2 rotations, right? Third rotation is equal to cos 60. In the third rotation, in the first quadrant, what should be the solution? 8 into 90 plus 60.
Plus 6.
720 plus 60 is how much? 780. And 3 theta is equal to 780. That means theta must be equal to 260 degree. And finally, you will get third rotation, fourth quadrant. Third rotation, fourth quadrant means 12 into 90, right?
Yes, sir.
Minus 60.
Minus.
So how much will we get? 12 into 90 minus 60?
1020. 1020.
Cos 1020.
Yes, sir.
Sure. 1020 is how much? 360 into 3. 12 into 90 is 1080. Yes, 1020. That means 3 theta is equal to 1020 degree. That means theta is 340.
40.
Hence, the values of theta are collect the values together. 20, 100, 140. Isn't it? 140. Then you have 220. then you have 260, then you have 340. 6 values you are getting. Fine. So that is how you solve. Next question. Next question here is number 9. You read the question, it says if cos x degree is equal to sine 300 degree.
Sir, sine 200.
200. So first we make this into an acute angle. Okay. And the question here is find the possible values of theta or x, where x lies between -1 and 360. So here x lies between these two values. X can be negative also, right? So we have cos x degree is equal to sine. Now see 200. We use complementary angle. We can write this as, if you want to convert this to cos
3 into 90 minus 70.
cos 1 into, because see x is taking negative values also. So we can write this as 1 into 90 minus 200. This is in the first quadrant. Understood? 1 into 90 means 1 into 90 means first quadrant. Doesn't matter minus 1000 or minus 200 or minus 2000. It does not matter. We are still in the first quadrant. Is this concept okay?
Yes, sir.
Fine. Because x is negative, that is why 1 into minus 200 will still be in the first quadrant. Okay. So this is cos 90 minus 200 will give you minus 110. That means what is the value of x here? Minus 110 degree. One value we have got. Also, cos x degree is equal to, what have we got earlier? We had got cos minus 110 degree. And you know cos of minus theta is cos theta. So cos minus 110 degree is also equal to cos 110 degree. That means what is the next value of theta? 110 degree, right? So we have got two values, minus 110 and plus 110. Also, cos x degree is equal to cos minus 110 degree. Now here that means this is minus cos, this is cos 110 degree. And which is positive, right? Cos 110 degree. So we'll get a solution in the fourth quadrant also. So 4 into 90 minus 110. So means 360 minus 110 is 250.
250.
That means x is equal to 250 degree. That's it. Hence the values of x are minus 110 plus 110 and 250 degree. That's it. Okay. Next one. Just go through this sum. If you're still a little thoughtful about it, just go through this sum a little bit after, if you are done with the class, when you are free. Okay, you'll understand it fully, because you might still be confused with the rotations a little bit. If you still have any question, then you can ask. Okay, so number 10. If ABC are angles of a quadrilateral, prove that this. Okay. Now, if ABC and D are angles of a quadrilateral, What is the sum of the angles of a quadrilateral? 360 degree, right? Must be equal to 360 degree. Let us write in terms of pi. How much is 360 degree? 2 pi. Now we start with the left hand side. Cos half a plus b plus cos half c plus d, which is equal to cos half. Now if a plus b plus c plus d is 2 pi, that means a plus b will be equal to how much? 2 pi minus c plus d, right?
Yes, sir.
This is 2 pi minus c plus d plus cos half c plus d, which is equal to, now you multiply by half throughout, you will get pi minus half c plus d. Right?
Yes, sir.
Now pi is what? 2 into pi by 2 minus half. You write pi as a multiple of 90 degree or pi by 2. Now you see we have an even multiple, so cos will remain a cos, right? Now which quadrant is this angle in? 2 into pi by 2 minus. That means this is in the second quadrant in which cos is negative. So you give a minus sign. Half c plus d plus cos half c plus d. So this both will cancel. You get 0 is equal to right hand side. Prove. Okay. Any question?
No, sir.
Last sum from this chapter. Prove that cot A plus tan pi plus A plus tan pi by 2 plus A plus tan 2 pi minus A is equal to 0. We start from the left hand side. Cot A plus tan pi plus A. This question actually came in your board examination, class 11 board examination, which you had 2 years back. Plus tan 2 pi minus A. We write cot A as it is, and we try to express pi as a multiple of pi by 2. So you can write this as 2 into pi by 2 plus A plus tan pi by 2 means 1 into pi by 2 plus A plus tan 2 pi means 2 into pi by 4 into pi by 2. 4 into pi by 2 minus A. Now we see cot A, write as it is, plus tan 2 pi plus A. Even multiple, tan will remain a tan. Which quadrant is this in? This is in the third quadrant, where tan is positive, so no problem. Tan A only. Plus. Now what about this one? 1 into pi by 2. This is an odd multiple, so tan will change to cot. And which quadrant is this in? Pi by 2 plus 8 is in the second quadrant, so cot will be negative. Plus even multiple, 4 into pi by 2. Tan will remain a tan. Which quadrant is this in? 4 into pi by 2 minus A, fourth quadrant, where tan is negative, so you have a minus tan. So you get cot A plus tan A minus cot A minus tan, which is equal to 0. All will cancel. Okay. Any question? compound angles. First question. Sine 15. What are the standard values whose difference will give you 15? 45 minus 30. So write 15 as 45 degree minus 30 degree. And this is sine A minus B form. What is the formula for sine A minus B? Sine A cos B minus cos A sine B. Put the values, you will get root 3 minus 1 by 2 root 2. You know sine 45 is 1 by root 2. You know cos 30 is root 3 by 2. You know cos 45 is 1 by root 2. And you know sine 30 is half. Put the values, take the LCM, you will get root 3 minus 1 by 2 root. Okay, so this was one part 1. One part 2. You need to find the value of cot 15. For cot 15, you need cos 15. Right? Because you know cot 15 is cos 15 by sine 15. Sine 15 we have already found out. We just want to find out cos 15. Cos 15 is cos, exactly similar manner, cos 45 degree minus 30 degree, which is equal to cos A cos B plus sine A sine B. Okay, so this will come to root 3 plus 1 by 2 root 2. Fine. So hence cot 15 is equal to cos 15 by sine 15. Cos 15 is root 3 plus 1 by 2 root 2. And sine 15 we have found as root 3 minus 1 by 2 root 2. So these two will cancel. Root 3 plus 1 by root 3 minus 1. Rationalize the denominator. Root 3 plus 1 into root 3 plus 1. Multiplying numerator and denominator by root 3 plus 1. Okay, so you get root 3 plus 1 whole square divided by root 3 square minus 1 square. Expand this by a plus b whole square. A square plus b square plus 2ab divided by 3 minus 1 2. 3 plus 1 minus plus 2 root 3 divided by 2. 4 plus 2 root 3 divided by 2. You can take 2 common. Get root 3 plus 2 divided by 2. So you get 2 plus root 3. Okay. What you want to, therefore, what you need to note is that tan 15 is 1 by cot 15 is equal to 1 by 2 plus root 3. You rationalize the denominator of this. Let's rationalize here. 2 minus root 3 divided by 2 plus root 3 into 2 minus root 3. You will see that you will simply get 2 minus root 3. Remember this value, tan 15, we'll be using these values later. Okay, tan 15 is 2 minus root 3. Sine 15 is root 3 minus 1 by 2 root 2. Cos 15 is root 3 plus 1 by 2 root 2. Please remember these values by heart. Okay, we'll be using these values. Next question. Number 2. Question here is prove that sine A minus B, we start from the left hand side. Sine A minus B divided by sine A sine B plus sine B minus C divided by sine B sine C plus sine C minus A divided by sine C sine A. You know the formula for sine A minus B? Write that. Sine A cos B minus cos A sine B divided by sine A sine B. Sine B minus C, sine B cos C minus cos B sine C divided by sine B sine C. And sine C minus A is sine C cos A minus cos C sine A divided by sine C sine A. Now you separate. Put these within brackets. So sine A cos B divided by sine A sine B minus. So these two we have taken. Now we'll take these two. Cos A sine B divided by sine A sine B. Okay, so this is over. Now for this fraction, we take these two together. Sine B cos C by sine B sine C. Now we take these two together. Minus cos B cos C sine C, sorry. Divided by sine B sine C plus sine C cos A by sine C sine A. That is, I have taken these two. And lastly, minus cos C sine A divided by sine C sine A. Now we'll see what cancels. Clearly here you see that sine A and sine A will cancel. We're only left with cos B by sine B, which is cot B. Minus. Here sine B cancels. We're left with cot A. Here again sine B cancels. Cos C by sine C is cot C. Here sine C cancels. We're left with cot B. Sine C cancels. Cos A by sine A is cot A. Minus, and finally you have sine A cancelling to get cot C. So now you see plus cot B minus cot B minus cot A plus cot A plus cot C minus cot C. All will cancel to give you 0, which is equal to your right hand side. And that is proved. Okay. So this was a simple one. If you know the formulas, this was a simple one. If you don't know the formula till now, then it was not simple for you. Third one, we just start. It's a story problem, long story. So that's why you just start, understand the question, we complete it in the next class. Question is, in triangle ABC, the foot of the perpendicular from A to BC is D. So let us write this number 3. Let us draw a triangle. So you have this triangle ABC. The foot of the perpendicular from A to BC is D. That means from A to BC, if you drop a perpendicular, an altitude, the foot of the perpendicular is D. Given that tan B is 4/3, that means tan of this angle is given to you. Given tan B is equal to 4/3. Okay, this is a right angle triangle, ABD. And cos C is given to you as 15 by 17. The cos of this angle is given to you. Okay. And AB is equal to 20. So this length is given to you as 20 centimeters. Calculate without using tables the lengths of the side AC and BC. This is the first question. Okay. So given AB is equal to only one length is given to you here. You will have to find out the length of AC and BC. Fine. So how will you find out the length of AC? First, we'll find out the length of AC. So how will you find out the length of AC? Tan B is given to you, right? Isn't it?
Yes,
So
sir.
tan B is given to you. You can take this as 4K and you can take this as 3K, isn't it? Just like
Yes,
you
sir.
did in your class 9, you can find out the value of K from here using Pythagoras theorem, right? Once you find out the value of this from Pythagoras theorem, you'll get the length of AD, right? Isn't it? Once you find out the value of
Yes,
K,
sir.
and you'll also get the length of BD, right? Now see that cos C is given to you. We want to find out the length of AC. This is the hypotenuse of this triangle, right? Cos C is given. So what do we need? Cos C is, since we need to find out the length of AC, this one we need to find out. And we know only this. If this cos of this angle is given, this is the perpendicular, right? We need the sine.
Yes, sir.
So if cos C is given, we can find sine C.
Yes, sir.
Now, once we know sine C is equal to AD by DC, AD by AC. We know the length of AD. We know the length of AD as 4K. We already found out the length. And sine C we already found out here. We put the value of sine C and we find out the length of AC. Okay, this is the first part of the question. And similarly, we find out the length of BC also by using cos C. Okay, so that completes the first part. You just read the problem. Okay, and we'll finish this in the next class. I'll stop.